Afraid to drink that. Hey, what's going on, everybody? No idea if this is working because my new laptop's shit itself. I'm hanging out with my man, Double T, the titties. Timmy Talmadge, we're just hanging and banging here. You call them cocktails, but you've just poured yourself a bourbon. Why do you call it a cocktail?
It's a cocktail.
Bourbon and ginger ale.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's not a cocktail.
It's a nightcap.
Bloody hell. So we are for a bit of a fun, I don't know how long we'll go for, a bit of a post press conference live, because I'm always seeking feedback. Whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, if you watched it, what was good about it. If you didn't watch it, let us know why you didn't watch it. Hopefully you enjoyed the pre-press conference when all the stars were coming on. We're having a bit of fun. Tim, you watched it. What'd you like? What'd you didn't like?
I liked it all. I mean, we're there, so we can't hear the guys as well as everybody at home. But I tuned in on my phone too, and I thought it was some of the best quality that's been put out from Core Sports yet. So
it looked good. It looked
great.
Good at the venue. I haven't really watched anything back on the screen, hence why I speak to you guys.
Yeah, me checking it out on screen too, I just thought they've updated. Their game is improving every time.
Yeah,
you can tell they're really putting back into it and making it look great for the viewers. So, and with people not being here, but how they moved it in that other room, I think it's going to sound a lot better. It's going to,
visually, yeah. So there's a little change. So the press conference was in a different part of the room, and where the event is going to be in the original room where the press conferences are. Here's an interesting comment from Joe Nelson. I didn't see the link anywhere. I know it was on Instagram heaps. I know I forgot to share it.
I shared it everywhere.
I was doing the live, not sure if you saw that. Yeah. It's really interesting. I'm getting a lot of feedback about this because it's where you talk about it, we share everything. This isn't you, Joe. I love you, Joe. But if nothing happens within 12 hours of the event, people can't be bothered going to look for it. So, you were watching at home. The numbers weren't what we were hoping for, but that's not their fault. That's not the referees or the comments. No, so it'd be interesting. You are, Joe. You turn up to everything. Let's be real here. I'm a fanatic and didn't know when it was.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that maybe we can express to the team and maybe to get it out there a little bit better ahead of time. And, I know some of us, you might not have me or Coach Ray and some other people, but we shared it as best as we could on our platforms and did our due diligence to help out.
So it's all coming in. Couldn't find the press conference. Why did it only show on one channel? I think because I always offer my channel, I'm not going to lie. It certainly helps my channel out if it's on there. But I did offer. I know that they're just trying to build the Core Sports YouTube channel. They're the one putting all the money into it, so they definitely have a right to do it.
Yeah, maybe that's why a lot of people couldn't find it because Core Sports' channel. Maybe they don't have Core Sports channel. So
that could be right.
Just for future, head on over to Core Sports and the YouTube and give them a subscribe notification. And
never got the notification. Only around 200. What a shame! I thought it was a bit. Well, I always think it's going to be a good, fun press conference, but I thought it was interesting. Lockie was trying to throw bait at Krasimir and then got right up at his face in the weigh-ins. Oh, we didn't have the weigh-ins, but.
The face-offs.
The face-offs, thank you. Then there was, John and Vavoda. And, they were giving away, or not giving away, but you could win signed shirts. You could win tickets to Kiss. This is good feedback. It's really good feedback. That's why I'm jumping in with you guys. It's, very...
Well, let's be honest. We didn't know Vavoda was an artist.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I thought, because he kept doing it in increments. He was like,
I didn't know what he was doing. Me and Coach Ray were like, what is he doing? We thought he had a pen and a paper up there.
Nah, he was drawing on a t-shirt. So a bit late for everyone that didn't watch it, but you could bid on t-shirts. If you win, you could win a King of the Table signed John, signed Vavoda, and signed everybody. And those watching, I think they got it dirt cheap. When I was looking at the prices, I was like,
am I allowed to share what it looks like?
The picture? Yeah. Well, otherwise I'll just go back to the press conference.
Yeah.
And watch it. I think.
Well, because I don't think he shared it.
So, it could be on Instagram. Yeah, show it.
I mean, I think it's great.
So it started off with a Vavoda signature.
Yeah, and by the time he was said and done.
And then he finished and drew that.
I mean, I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I think it looks really cool. What time does the event, where was that one? What time does the event start tomorrow? I believe it's 1 p.m. Eastern. What's the time?
Yeah.
What's the time now? Yeah, starts in basically 23 hours. And it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure. So this is all good feedback. All right, let's have a look here. No link to it, even on Core Sports' site. Very hard to find. Finally thought to try Core Sports' YouTube channel. It should not be that hard to find, says Dizzy Busy. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Well,
it's just something we can take back to the team and relay it over to them. You know, we always take the suggestions and try to make it easier for everybody next time. Yeah,
it's a shame. It's a shame that's happening because everyone was enjoying it. It was a lot of fun, but we'll just have to wait till next time. Let me just check something out. Yeah, just want to make sure. Yeah, that's in there. I'll leave that there.
Hopefully 10 a.m. PST, Joe.
Joe, no one cares about PST. It's always about AST.
What?
You're PST,
on the east side, man. You got to stick with the west side. I mean, are you considered the west side or the east side?
I'm east side of Australia.
I know, but like of the world, are you where are you?
No,
just south.
Yeah, near the bottom.
I'll consider you part of the west side because you're closer than me than you are the east coast. So
we'll
let you be part of the west coast team.
Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks. So we can't even get predictions off Tim because he's the referee.
I predict it's going to be a phenomenal show.
So I was just reading Joe. Jake, you're talking like you are from New York or Toronto. Get bent. Get bent. What are you, Bart Simpson? Get bent, says Joe. I think it's going to be great. I think this is unfortunately a hidden gem. I think they'll make a lot of their pay-per-view sale. Not a lot, but after the event, because everyone's like, oh, there's no Devon, there's no top 10 super heavyweight. John's going to get smashed. Some other people don't deserve to be in there. But I think everything's got a chance to go the silver bullet.
Well, what people don't understand that, Devon's not here, Hermes, Levon, those guys.
They need a break.
But you got to understand also, you got these up-and-comer guys who are going to be challenging those guys. And with the people that are here, Sergio, Chance, Meta, all those guys, you got these up-and-comers.
They're hungry.
You're looking at some of these guys are the next guys in the future.
Yeah.
And so if we don't have these guys on these cards, what are you going to have in the future? You can't repeat Levon every time, Hermes every time, Devon every time. But you got to have these other guys who's going to give you a great show. These guys are going to give you the show.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Kalinichenko was calling Chance a fluffy teddy.
Yeah.
He knows how to put on a show. Dude wears sunglasses inside.
Yeah.
Chance was biting back. He's ready to keep his win streak going because he just beat Sabine Badalescu. If you're not from the YouTube arm wrestling era, then you're definitely excited about Pulling John 2 documentary.
Right.
With John and Vavoda, which fanboy moment for me, stuck in the middle of those. I mean, you see in the thumbnail, in years to come.
Who's going live for the comments?
Here we go. So I started looking for it. Then this started. FBI says, another few sips and Aussie will speak Russian. I'd say call it a night. I've had half a ginger ale. that's about it. I just like hanging out. Who's going live?
Oh, buddy.
For the commentary. I have to speak. So this one here from Fish Lip.
Yeah.
Who's going live for the commentary? I think Core Sports are going to have it on Ray and I as well.
Your channels?
No, not on our channels. I'm going to try and convince them to have it on my channel or the pre-show or something like that. But I think they're going to have like a live commentary so you can watch Ray and I's reaction and things like that and see if I can get in there.
Gotcha.
Aussie Arm Wrestler, please elaborate. Where does the nickname for Chanshaw Fluffy Toy come from? Because Kalinichenko called him a fluffy toy or a fluffy bear. I might have missed it. I'm pretty sure it was a fluffy toy. Fluffy toy, fluffy bear. I can't remember. Who is Tim's down ref? Well, it's everyone's favorite ref. The other ref of the event.
Yeah,
it's Aristo. Nice guy. It was cool meeting him, but with everything that's been going on at East versus West, according to the internet, he's not very popular.
He's a great ref. He's going to be a great head ref for the day. I think I'm going to down ref for him most of the night. I'm going to head ref one event. We were going to switch off back and forth, but we're going to go ahead and let him do most of the head reffing. I'm going to down ref for this one.
Yeah. Can we just talk about how amazing Lachlan Adair looks? Oh!
Yeah. I got it. Every time I see him, I'm like, yo, just relax. I just got to tell him to relax because he walks like this. And he's like, he looks at you. He's like, I am relaxed. I'm like, that's relaxed. And
he's staunch and he's heading off. So I
wouldn't want to sit next to him on an airplane.
I think.
He would be like this the whole time.
I'm just glad that I'm mates with him because, I was very lucky because the first time I met Lockie, he wasn't as big, but he still had that staunch look. And I heard he worked in disability, and I was currently in the field. So I was like, hey, buddy. And then we just kind of hit it off. From there. Fish Lip says, only caught the tail end of the presser, but it was great. Glad. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. I was very honored. It was pretty cool there.
I forgot to ask you, what did Meta say to you? Where you're like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to move on now. When he asked you to move on, it's time to move on.
Yeah, no, I was only having a joke. Because like he just had like, if you spend time with Mateo Rangi, one, he's the nicest person in the world.
He's a gentle giant.
But two, like he gets stared at a lot in public wherever he goes. I mean, face tattoos. He weighed in 165. He's actually like 170 plus kilos. And so like I was asking him his questions and then like it was time to move on. So I wanted to make him look tougher than whatever he was. I'm like, when he just suddenly hints. No, Mate was fine. He was loving it.
Yeah, even at dinner yesterday, walking through the Dubai Mall. I like stood back behind him and walked, and just everybody was just walking up. One of the taking pictures with him.
Just random people, just like they didn't know who he was.
I think everybody had a laugh when they watched him get out of the car.
Yeah, I told them all to go check out your Facebook. Even the taxi driver took a photo with you.
Yeah. He said he took a photo inside the car, and then he goes, "Oh no, we got to get out to take it. Like we don't have enough room in here."
Yeah, couldn't take the photo. He's just that big. 170 kilos. What's that? 385, 395.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. These guys will know. I've got the best people in the chat.
385, I think.
What's 170 kilos, everybody? I reckon it'd be around 385. 385. Yeah, thanks, Phil. It's just dropping your channel.
Oh, I appreciate that, Phil.
We get more support in there.
Yeah, there's things to come there,
But so the event starts at 9 p.m. tomorrow. I think I said 8 o'clock a few times.
Oh, well,
at the
press earlier than late. Yeah.
It was weird because I was like, I think once I said 8 o'clock, but then I was telling everyone in just over 24 hours time because in my head I was like, 9 o'clock. But these things are fun. Hopefully those that didn't watch it, go back and watch it. And and give me your honest opinion. This is my fourth one, and I love it. It only went, because I try and keep it short and sweet, so it only went for like half hour. I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, we were done.
And then break.
About 40 minutes.
Yeah, because I just keep it in there. There it is, 74 pounds. Mistakes during the match will earn you the new moniker of Dim Talmage for you. Hey!
I'll take it.
Sarah Latona's in the chat. Look at these two handsome gents.
Sarah!
That's very nice of you. You'd probably be the second person that would find me handsome, Sarah. Only Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler finds me handsome. Bless her. I can't wait to get back from her. Engans for her. Taco. How you going, buddy?
I got to make sure. I forgot to send these home with you for your wife, so I don't know what she's looking at.
No, don't do that. we don't need to fix her eyes.
I don't know if she gets these. I don't know, Jake.
If her eyes fix, I'm divorced. As simple as that. We all know it. Fish Leap, thank you very much. He says 374 and some change.
That's a big man.
Pounds. Huckus is up and about. So it's definitely worth the price there. Do you know who this is in the chat, Tim? Do you know that?
Nah, never heard of her.
Hello, Mrs. T. Hope you're going well. We're looking after Tim. But if you enjoyed it, the rules meeting's out, Kayla. So if you want to see Tim in a bit of action, getting castrated by everyone.
That's pretty much. Is it out?
Yeah. Yeah, Call Sports Channel. It does look pretty cool though. Because they moved where the rules meeting was. So we're surrounded by hundreds of millions of dollars worth of cars.
Check out my Facebook and you'll see it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I posted a little video. I'm like, this is for all my car fans out there because I have no idea. I'm like, ooh, red ones. But they're like millions of dollars each car.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like I was holding a coffee and I was like petrified to go near the car. You're holding a coffee as well, having a laugh about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going anywhere near the cars.
No, I had to walk away. I was scared to even have a coffee in my hand. I was like, if I trip over something and this coffee goes, I might as well just head to the airport.
Yeah.
Like you're done.
Yeah, before you get shot in the leg. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah says, great job today, Jake. Thank you. That was a lot of fun. There's only so many ways you can go about the press conference. I knew a lot of them weren't really into trash talking or arm wrestling on my head last time at King of the Table. I'm sure Arm Gods will be a bit different, but yeah, I just like to keep things like velvet. It's just got to be smooth. It's just got to keep moving, got to try and keep everyone engaged. I think the actual talking went for like 35 minutes before the break and then the face-to-face. It's like, it's weird. So it's funny. So the press conference finished and, we're off air. And then one person out of everyone started clapping their hands and was like, great job, Jake. Great job. And that was John.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah,
if you're going to get one person to tell you you've done all right.
If you're going to get an attaboy.
Yeah.
There you go. Attaboy.
Yeah. If you want a pat on the back from out of one person in the whole arm wrestling world, that's not a bad one to do it. But no, everyone was great.
And I dropped if you guys couldn't make it, I dropped the link in there as well for the press conference. If you guys can't find it or whatever, it should pop up.
Yeah, it doesn't go for long. Some of the highlights, Marte was just sharing his full circle story because pulling John was the reason he got into arm wrestling.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Lars coming back, quick chat with him. He wasn't in a chatty mood.
Man, he's in shape.
It's ridiculous. -4% body fat.
Like yesterday when I first met him, he was just drenched in sweat. And I asked him, I was like, why? Like, what's going on here? He goes, he just went for an hour-long jog.
Yeah, he can't stop exercising. His body won't let him.
I can't go outside for 2.5 seconds without dying.
No, it's 40 degrees Celsius here.
Yeah, they said it was when we were at dinner last night. It said it was 93 degrees. Feels like 120.
Oh, that's Fahrenheit. You guys and your stupid system.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
The right way to pronounce it.
Anthony goes, are you guys excited? I'm excited. I'm always excited. But are the referees excited like fans, or do they keep it strictly professional?
It's hard. Certain matches, you obviously reffing, you're in the match. But, like, when you get into those long, long wars, it's hard to not be a fan. When I was reffing Levon and Hermes, you got to really focus on everything.
Yeah, see, that's the best thing about being a commentator. You got to be professional. I'm losing my
I'm
shit.
sitting here watching
That's a king's move.
I'm like watching this match, and I'm like, sometimes I smile because things are starting to go the other way or something, and it's just really cool. But then you, again, got to okay, refocus. Like, I'm actually reffing this match. Yeah. And then you got a lot of times where someone's like, oh, what'd you think about this match? I have no idea what happens in half of the matches I ref. I go blank. I couldn't even tell you who pulled at the end of the night.
Yeah, you were just like looking at elbows and things like that. ZB Rogan, thank you very much. He says, you did really well. It wasn't over mic'd and it was interesting. Thank you, ZB. That's a huge compliment. That's a very huge compliment. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ready bang from my man, Lucha Pagliacci. Met him at Knuckles Up. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Harvey Weinstein is in there with a ready bang. Yeah, another highlight. Another highlight was Matt Mask. I'm like, hey, Matt, there's kids in the audience and probably watching. And he's second thing, absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a character.
He can't help but saying it. Like, it's just that's his second favorite word.
I reckon he's part Australian. Part Australian. I mean, you spent a week with the three Australians, and we're F this and see that. So Matt's been a character. He has just been ribbing, playing jokes on Ron Barth quite a lot. Check out his Instagram, and it's hilarious. Yeah, Ron was talking at the event, and Ron was stood next to this like dinosaur skeleton head.
I saw that.
So Matt took a quick photo, and he was like, "Who is older, Ron Barth or the skeleton, the dinosaur?" They've just all been brilliant. Still, I wouldn't say I'm in shock. I'm probably still in a bit of awe. Like before the press conference starts, Alexi. There's Ron on one side. There's John over next to me, but Alexi turns to me to show me a photo because it was funny, and I was just like, it's a earn the respect of these guys.
Yeah.
For what I do, I'm not a world champion. I haven't been around the sport, like someone like yourself. You've reffed here, there, and everywhere, and these guys are letting me hang out with them. It's really cool.
Yeah, try earning their respect as a referee.
No, you've got no one's respect.
If someone looks at me at the end of the night and says, "Hey man, it was nice seeing you. We'll see you at the next one." Man, I'm like, oh shit.
Yes.
One person doesn't want to kill me. That's awesome. I'm like the basketball referees, that as soon as the game's over, you better just get out of that stadium.
Security.
Yeah.
You need to be ushered out.
Yeah. But going back to Matt, everybody sees how wild he gets at the table. Everybody sees him on camera.
Yeah.
But he kind of brought out a different side of Matt during the press conference where the shit talking was going on. But then, like you mentioned, the retirement, as a joke. And then he was the first one to say, like the day that he retires, like, is the worst day in our sport. Like, he respects Ron so much.
Say
so it was just cool. It's cool to like bring out that shit talking and have fun and whatever. But you ask him something that brings it to his heart, he's gonna tell you like that's probably one of his favorite arm wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's pretty cool to see that.
It was very, very passionate. Sarah says it was pulling John. It's what got her into the sport, as well as Over the Top. Over the Top's the greatest movie ever made. Which is good. Oh yeah, I'll never forget when Jake called a King's move. There was no King's move. That's Harvey. That's when I 100% got lost in the moment, and Levan was coming down, and as you see in a lot of my videos, I go the early crow. Let's go the early crow. Get your predictions in 3 months before it. And I was like, if I fucking call this, like right as it happens, because if he didn't go into a Kings move, I'd be a superstar. But the thing is about it, like, I'm human. I make mistakes. So then at the next King of the table, I was with Ray, and Devin and Dave were going to go into a double Kings.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I'm on the thing, and I was like, hey, Ray, can you just tap me on the knee when they go into a Kings move, so I know to call a Kings move? Can you just let me know, Ray? Let me know. And then yeah, it's like, oh my god, double Kings move. But yeah, but look, hey, I think the best thing is, Harvey, and you can correct me as I was wrong. In that moment when I was wrong, I admitted that I was wrong, because it was like, is it a Kings move? Yeah. And then when the round ended, Ray's like, that wasn't a Kings move. And then instead of me trying to cover my tracks, I was just like, I know. Yeah. I stuffed up. I got it wrong in the comments. But it's now become a huge highlight for me.
I still think it was awesome bringing back some memories on KOTs. I think it was 6 with Dave and Vitali? No,
5. King of table 5.
It was your first one, right?
Yeah.
And I just remember like being a ref so focused on that match after round 6. All as I could hear, and everybody was screaming. Like it was the loudest I've ever heard it. All as I could hear is you and Coach Ray way away in the commentary booth.
Well,
we're going to the silver bullet.
Yeah, Coach Ray and Ryan, but I was like in the crowd because I was only the presenter, the MC, but I was screaming. I was like, oh my god, I think that was awesome. One of the best matches, best matches ever. Ready, bang from Billy D. Jake, you need to go to Alberta in Canada. Everybody talks like that. There you go. Surprised the press conference only had, not many. Yeah, well, that's the feedback why I'm doing this live as well. Because any event I'm a part of, I want to help out. And I know with the usual suspects in the chat, it's I'm only going to get the truth from you guys. And I do pass it on because I would love it if it's like, oh my God, Aussie arm wrestlers at the best event in the world. And, I can now go back and go, hey, did a live. Here's the feedback.
Yeah.
Don listens, which is good.
Yeah, feedback only makes promoters better anyways. Being a promoter myself, any feedback you got, good or bad, you got to take it with a grain of salt and just make it better that next time you go around.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got an arm wrestling starter pack. Pulling John, Game of Arms, Arm Wars Vegas Rooftop.
Oh, that was awesome.
WAL, King of the Table is like the culmination of all. You're forgetting something, Lucha. And Sylvester Stallone. It's Lincoln Hawk. It's over the top. It's over the top first. I enjoyed Game of Arms, but it was we were trying so hard to get arm wrestling away from that visual.
Right.
Being in a bar and suddenly they're pulling on like fishing docks and, in meat markets and meat fridges. And it was like, we're trying so hard to get away from that. Game of Arms was still cool. I remember when I first was able to watch it in Australia, I watched it all in a day. It was really good. Arm Wars Vegas, brilliant.
I was going to say, like, out of all those, to be completely honest with you, and KOT's still going on, so I'm not going to really include that because who knows what the future brings and of what we've done. But the OGs, that Arm Wars in Vegas on the rooftop was by none one of my favorites.
Oh, it looks awesome. The visual of it looks incredible.
It was amazing. Like, we had a drone above us the whole time.
Oh, were you there?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was outstanding. It was outstanding.
Well, I hate you even more.
But I mean, again, you could say something about each one of those, right? Like KOT. There's just something about being in Dubai. Like, for me, it's like the Ultimate Fighter on Fight Island, right? It's like KOT is like in its own area. Like there's nobody else is here doing what they're doing, you know.
It's a very odd spot to have it. It's a great spot.
You go to the United States, you can go to a tournament every day, every state,
week.
Every state. You know, you don't have something solidified like you're the only one doing it there, and people are flying over from around the world every quarter to come, get invited to that. So it's unique being here. That's what I love about it.
Oh, it's great. It's great. But include over the top lucha, or we'll have trouble. Fisher loves the excitement of Aussie commentating. Yeah, because I am excited. I love it, Fish Slip. I really do. I think I'm just excited about life, to be honest. I just get up there and it's like, yeah, this is awesome. And yeah, like Tim's saying, like I've got a man from Washington or Arizona whenever you wake up and decide where you want to be from. I've got a bloke from Australia here. We've got Ukrainians, New Zealand, Bulgaria, Norway, Canada, and the US, and all in Dubai. I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
But yes, and that's why I get excited. ZB says that's part of your charm. Anyone who slags off someone for getting lost in the moment needs to get their head checked. Oh, I cop it all the time. Why is Aussie Arm Wrestler commentating King of the Table? He doesn't know what he's talking about. And all because of that one moment. But, and that's just what the community's built on. They love the hate.
There's so many, you can say all the announcers and how great people are in different ways. But, I don't think there truly is a MC that has as much energy as you.
That's very nice.
You have the most energy. I think you wake up just having energy. Are you ever tired?
Oh, I'm tired all day. Well, I'm constantly.
You would never know.
Yeah, it's a real weird thing. It's like I'm always exhausted because of the pain that I'm in, but I'm just But
you can be excited. You can be exhausted. But then walk around the corner and see somebody, and you would never know. You're like the most energetic person. Yeah, and he just gets the whole room going.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. Hey, I can drink more, Tim. I like these compliments.
Get up there.
But it is, man. What's the point? It's exhausting dwelling on. Yes, I get upset. Things bother me. Can get angry. But I wake up. I look at my phone. I work out what's going on in the arm wrestling world. I'm going to make a movie. Hopefully, I can make some money to pay the bills for arm wrestling. This is all I've been doing for 18 months. My wife beat cancer.
Yeah.
My daughter's healthy. I've got a second child on the way. Why wouldn't we be happy? Oh, look at my phone. Where am I going? And suddenly, I'm in a different country. So this year, Ireland in January. February was Dubai. March was Norway. April, I did an interstate trip when Lachlan pulled Mate. We were just in this pub. I think May, I was at a card show in Melbourne. I was about to say here in Melbourne. We're in Dubai. June, King of the Table. July, Arizona State because of this guy. And then got to go to John Brizing's house because of Tim, which I'm very grateful for. Back here in Dubai, and then I'm off to Canada straight after this.
Yeah.
If I'm miserable, everyone can slap me in the face. The only reason I'd be miserable is if I go a week or two and I haven't made any money.
Yeah.
Because I got a family to feed. That'd be the only reason I'd be in a bad mood. But I wouldn't be angry for long. I'd be like, holy shit, how can I improve the channel?
Yeah.
Sarah loves it. Says because Vegas is the shit. Benji Mack was like, thought that was Adam Silver there for a second.
Calm down, Benji.
They're in Germany.
You do me like that, Benji. Look better than that.
They're in Germany, Jake. Where is Tim Knott? Has he ever missed a big opportunity? Well, it's great though. I think that's why we bond, because we're opportunists. It's like go for it. Because why not? Why wouldn't we? Hardest working MC in the sport currently. Thank you, Benji. It means a lot because sometimes, the channel might make $3 in a week. And then, so then I'm like, shit, I thought I worked hard. And I worked very hard for that $3. And it's like, well, got to go again. So,
You want to hear a little story about Benji Mac?
yeah, go on.
We're in San Diego doing a tournament, and it was just after the Vitaly and Dave match.
Yeah.
And we're out to dinner at this beautiful Georgian restaurant that Mika took us to.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Dude walks up to me, first time in my life. Hey, man, can you sign my shirt for King of the Table? I was like, I ain't never been so honored in my life.
So this is your fault, Benji. He's been walking around with pigeon tits everywhere.
I was like a little kid in the candy shop. I was like, oh, you bet, buddy. I was like, the Benji, man. I love that kid. He's awesome.
Oh,
he does so many great things too.
Yeah. Well, I haven't met Benji in person, but he's been a very huge supporter of the Aussie Arm Wrestler for a very long time.
Oh, he's awesome.
And I'll be there. Main match commentators, Coach Ray and myself. So Coach Ray, Aussie Arm Wrestler, Tim and Huristo will don the zebra shirts.
Yeah.
They'll have a crack, and then you'll all be on Reddit or YouTube slagging them off about how bad the ref is. Well, it won't be as bad now because Devin's not here.
So it wouldn't matter if he was here.
So the rest get left alone a bit. Thanks, Nikolai. Says you do great, Aussie. Thank you very much. I love that you're telling about this, Tim, about the signature.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Of course it is. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like when people are like, "Oh my God, Aussie, you're my favorite YouTuber," or when I was at Knuckles Up. People drove like 4 hours to meet me. Or after Arizona State, like I came second to Larry Wheels in like lines for getting photos taken. And I think I got more photos than Larry because like I stayed there forever. Larry had to go. So anyone can get a win over Larry Wheels, I'll take it.
Right.
But I'm the same as well. Hey man, can I get a photo? What your show does and this and this and the same as you, like, can I have your signature? You're like,
yes, it's happened a couple of times now, and it's like now it's got the point like the more internationally you do and things around the U.S. It's happened a couple of times. I'm just like, it's weird to me. Like I'm just the referee.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's nice to see that little bit of appreciation for.
But the best thing is, in 20 years' time, in 50 years' time, when people get on their Google machines and fire up YouTube, they fire up Dave Chafee versus Vitaly Letton, you'll see one bloke introduce him, another bloke ref him, and you cannot take that away from us.
That's right.
It's very humbling. And it is a big, massive flex.
And even though I refed it, you announced it, I don't care. I still think after my 20 years of doing this was the best match I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and I've shared the story with these guys a million times, so forgive me. I remember watching it and was thinking, oh my God, this is the fucking greatest match that's ever happened in arm wrestling. And then I had to calm myself down. It's like, hey God, is this because this is your first time on the big stage? Have I just put mayonnaise on the story? And then everyone was messaging and I was reading all the forums. I was like, oh my God.
That was my first time here as well. I had already been to East versus West, but East versus West and here is completely different in great ways.
Yeah.
What they do and what they do here. But to experience that was it was hard not to be a fan, it was almost having to hold them both up at the table because they're about to both collapse at the table.
Yeah, Vitaly almost fell on me and he needed the hospital.
Never seen that much blood during a match.
Dave was bleeding everywhere and I had to let him breathe. He was spewing. Yeah. He was almost spewing he won because then he had to talk after the match.
That's great.
Mrs. Talmadge is in the chat. Very lovely, lovely person. You might know her.
Yeah.
Very hospitable, I must say. You guys looked after me very well.
She's amazing.
What's been your favorite behind the scenes thing about King of the Table so far? Let's go with this one because you've been this is your third time. So let's go with this one.
I mean, today was actually really cool. Somehow we had a very long break. But doing the pre-show for the conference and then just everybody hanging out, eating pizza, and then just being normal people. I thought was really cool. Some of these people, I met them yesterday and thought they were certain type of people, and then today I saw a whole new side of them. So it was kind of cool to see everybody just put their guard down,
phones away,
and then just talk about normal life stuff and not arm wrestling, and just eat mounds of pizza. What they ordered 25 pizzas, and I think there was one left. It was ridiculous.
They absolutely inhaled it. They were a bunch of ducks. They weren't even chewing. Yeah. That's how bad they were.
Just to get the people out of their comfort zone and of being still having to get ready for arm wrestling, you know?
Yeah.
And just being a normal person to hang out and talk about normal life stuff.
And unfortunately, when you're hanging around all these behemoths, people like the Aussie arm wrestler don't get any pizza. So I had to lick their fingers to get any sort of food because it was all gone and I couldn't even get a slice off them. Not that you asked me, Caleb, but I am going to tell you. Two things that quickly come to mind. Ron Barth telling me that one of his number one things about coming to this King of the Table was to meet me.
Yeah.
This is a guy, if there was no John Brzezinski, he'd probably be the greatest arm wrestler of all time. We'd all be saying Ron Barth's name.
Yeah.
So that was very humbling. And then I know at times, like John's a bit of an introvert and things like that. And then he was just taking around, he got a bit of a pizza, and we were like, come on the show, come and have a chat. And he just sat and ate pizza. He stayed for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, but he looked at you and goes, absolutely not.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Like he did it to rally you up, and then all of a sudden he's like slowly grabs his chair and sings behind.
He's coming over.
I had dinner with them last night, him and Ron over,
the
Dubai Fountain. Like it's like the Las Vegas Bellagio Fountain times 10. Like it's amazing. The Burj Khalifa. Like we had dinner right there with those guys. Like who else gets to say?
Yeah, we were there.
You sat at a table with Ron and John and had dinner at the Dubai Fountain.
And they were literally on each side of me.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to stop. I got to go back to being the Aussie arm wrestler. I got to stop thinking of things like that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikolai. Says Aussie is my favorite live show to watch. Honestly, it's a combo of the community and the man himself. Really appreciate that, mate. Yeah, come back. Yeah, really appreciate that, mate. That was one of my number one goals when starting this, because I come from Australia. Not many people like arm wrestling or want to talk about arm wrestling. So it's like, it's like, yeah. I just want to talk to a lot of people about arm wrestling. And then if you're having a bad day, Nikolai, and I can make you forget about it for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, then it makes me very, very happy. Makes me very happy. What else have we scrolled down? Aussie arm wrestler from Couch. Apple says, according to you, what are the main factors for which King of the Table stands out better than any other promotions across the globe? Well, I've been fortunate enough, so many legacy matches. So if you're going to go back and name some of your highlights in the last 5 years, Morozov versus Dudikown left arm, Dave Chafee versus Vitali right arm, the talking point of Khalid pulling twice and Ryan Bowen beating Khalid on the second one, whether you like it or not.
Those all happened
at 5.
One event.
At 5.
Just put that in one event. That's crazy.
The comeback matches, and there's a lot of legacy matches and a lot of legacy moments. Yes, John and Dennis was a 6-0, but it was John and Dennis.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Levan versus Erdemez. The look and feel of it is incredible. They've got a lot more leeway than a lot of other promotions because it's core sports. They can try a few things. They're very open to feedback, whether they take it on board or not. And they've taken a lot of it on board, about making the production better. I think I find it a lot better because I'm here. I
was going to say, everything you named, I was the referee, so it makes me feel good.
So when we're there, I just like it. Look, I'm a big fan of short press conferences. So, and if I get to run it, I don't know. They're just
each
there's just something about the legacy of King of the Table. There's a feel. It's got an it factor about it.
Yeah.
Now that's not slagging a lot of other promotions, but sometimes when you're just looking for it, King of the Table has it. And I also think Catch Apple, growing up, when I was getting into the sport, I really wanted to commentate WAL.
Yeah.
And this is as close as to WAL as we'll get, I think.
Mm.
Well, at the moment, it's the closest thing to WAL. So I think it's just probably got a little extra 10% for me. Hopefully, I think I answered your question.
Well, each one actually has their own unique thing as well.
Oh, absolutely. That's not saying that, like, when I was at Knuckles Up, that's crap.
No, not at all.
East versus West is terrible.
I don't mean that. I just mean, like, you put the pinnacles and this and that. But, like, each one, you're not going to go to an event right now that is the same, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, East versus West is completely different than here. Here is different completely than Arm Gods. Arm Gods completely different than AWE. Everybody, Knuckles Up is different. Like, each one, which I'm happy. What I'm trying to say is I'm happy about it, that, like, one's not trying to copy the other. They're all putting their unique styles to things to where we all get to see unique, different things. And I think that's what's great about the sport. It's not like, oh, I want to be like Core Sports, so I'm going to go do this. They're all just putting their unique style to things. And I think it's awesome.
Yeah, well, I think the number one thing that arm wrestling fans make the mistake of is do the exact opposite of what you just said.
Yeah.
All the time when I read the comments, it's like, I'm not buying this pay-per-view because if you go and look at East versus West, there's 15 matches over here, there's only 5, or this has Devon and Hermes, this one doesn't. Then you're going to miss out. Okay, you saved your $20, but how many of you were annoyed that you didn't see Dave Vitale live?
Oh,
you all thought Levan was going to 6-0 Hermes, and how many of you are annoyed that you didn't buy the pay-per-view and see it live? It's not the same. We all know it. It's not the same. You're a huge sports fan. I'm a huge sports fan, not just arm wrestling. We love our NFL, our baseball, our basketball, Aussie rules footy here in Australia. So
I'll tell you about that is I always buy pay-per-views that I'm part of. I always buy them.
I buy all
and obviously I'm not watching it because I'm there. But that was the first one that I've ever been a part of that I went back and watched it. It was that good. Like that whole card.
Yeah.
People thought that wasn't going to be a great card.
Got slammed.
Was just phenomenal. It was
awesome. So my suggestion, not so much you guys, the usual suspects, but you guys talk to the others and the others talk to the others. Just only if you can afford it, buy all the pay-per-views. Buy them all. Buy them all because it's incredible. It's incredible. And there's nothing like seeing it live. Like, would I have loved to have seen Jordan beat Utah Jazz in Game 5 and hit that shot in 98? Would have been way better to watch it live than on the replay. The moments are great in replays, but there's nothing like it live.
You have nothing to really lose, right? And everything to gain because you're going to see it in real time. And you know what? It could be boring 6-0 every match. That's a risk you take. But what if you watch the most epic matches ever? You can say that you were watching that and not go read it on the internet and go, shit, now I need to go buy it. Then you already know what happened. You know what I mean? Like, there's been many a times, and I won't say the organization, but I'll flip it on. I don't care for some of the matches. But if I hear that roar, like something's going on, at least I can just pop over and go, oh, wow, that's what's going on right now?
Brilliant.
I always turn it on. And then
because there's a lot of events that have just been full of 3-0s or 6-0s and things like that. So we'll get there. But
even some 3-0 matches are still phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, there's good 3-0s
and
there's some terrible 3-0s. Yeah. That's for sure. Benji Mac says, when's King of the Table and East versus West coming to America? I'd really like to watch it live like I did at WAL 504, best ever event in LA. King of the Table, I think you'd have more chance of East versus West coming to America.
Yeah.
That'd be a good name for a movie, that, Coming to America. I think Engham's relationship with Devon, you would most likely, it'd probably go to Canada. Yeah. You'd have an East versus West event.
Well, I'll chime in on that. It would have to most likely go to Canada because for the people who come from Europe, those countries, a lot of those countries, you need a visa and more stuff to come here or to America than you do to Canada. It's a lot easier for those people to go to Canada than it is the US.
Yeah.
So and the production would be cheaper in Canada than it would be the US as well. So it would probably be Canada.
There you go. Yeah. And it'll probably be East versus West. So I can't see King of the Table because core sports live in Dubai.
Yeah.
Their base is in Dubai. Their staff live in Dubai. So East versus West pay core sports and they pay to fly their team out and they pay them to stream it. So then Turkey, America, no difference. Core sports would almost run at a loss if they took King of the Table on the road. Because as much as like you love it, Benji Mac, but it's a bit like on a lower end, like people like, oh, I want to get an Aussie Arm Wrestler t-shirt or I want to buy some trading cards. I make them. No one buys them. I shouldn't say no one, but you know what I mean. Yeah, would love to see. Makes sense for Canada. Would love to see it. Do we know when the next King of the Table event is? Yes, Joe. Tomorrow.
I like it. I like it.
Tomorrow, mate. We don't just go on holidays by ourselves to Dubai. Tomorrow. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yes, we do, but we can't say it yet. Yeah, we did. They just want to confirm the date.
Because our luck, we would announce it and they would go, well, why'd you say that? We're changing it now.
Correct.
So, nah.
Correct. And we can't say anything or drop hints, but something. I'm not even going to say it, actually. I'm not even going to say it because I might say the wrong thing and I'll type it to you, Tim.
Yeah, you got me all
wondering
now. Got me on my toes.
This. Wait, they can't see it.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, stay tuned.
I can't even drop hints at that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Not good. Not good.
Anyways, next comment.
Yeah. Monster Factory New Event Center, Central USA every day. But there's it doesn't have to be an East versus West or King of the Table. Monster Factory's having good matches, but it's funny. It almost, and this isn't who asked that question? Before. Was it Benji? Yeah, Benji. This isn't a knock on Benji, but there are wrestlers in general like it when everything else is done for them. So everyone wants an East versus West or King of the Table to come to America. There's a perfect opportunity for someone to be.
Yeah.
Knuckles Up was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
They had just as much raw talent there. Arm Wrestling Canada was in Toronto, which is basically New York North. Mm-hmm. They're a couple of hours away. I'm not sure where you live, Benji. I think you're on the West Coast anyway. But yeah, there's a perfect opportunity. I think the Monster Factory is great. But they don't really get. I know a lot of the guys want to see international stars. But we'll go from there.
Arm Sports Entertainment always has international stars show up.
They did. They had the Latvians. They had Larry Wheels. Yeah. Larry Wheels pay-per-view at Arizona State. I won't be there at Washington State, but there's a big Australian team there.
Can I click on my first one?
Yeah. I thought Larry said when he moved in a video that he would have one King of the Table a year in USA, maybe starting next year. Am I mistaken?
No. You're not. Is it going to happen? Who knows? But it could happen. He is now building a gym.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of things, like you were saying, would have to fall into place for if Core Sports was involved in that to get him over there. So there's a lot.
Or probably 2 words summing up the best, Benji. Things change.
Yeah.
Like I remember on a completely different end of the scale, I said I was going to do A, B, and C with my wife. Things change. She got cancer. So yes, you are correct. Larry did say that. Things have changed a bit in Larry's life, focusing on the gym, new girlfriend or fiance now, and things like that. So yeah, things change. But yeah, yes. But I believe the goal is still there from Larry, but we're not too sure. But any final questions? Because we're going to wrap up the show. If you've got a question here for Tim of who he's going to favour and how much does a bride cost to get their own way, drop it in the comments now. If not, we're just going to hang out for a bit. Tim's probably going to order room service. Jeez, I didn't realise that was the time.
Yeah, it's early.
It's early for you. It's late for old man Winter here, but really appreciate the time. I'm just trying to think. What time is it with you guys all over the world? Okay. Lunchtime in LA, 3 p.m. in New York. See, I usually go live in about 4 hours' time, but I'm starting to get a lot of complaints in the hotel.
Why?
Well, it's 3 a.m.
Who's complaining?
The neighbours.
Oh. You're talking too loud?
Yeah. There's one in Adelaide. There's one in Adelaide. And the guys watched me. I lasted about 20 minutes. And then suddenly there was a knock on the door. Like, you're getting complaints.
When you get a room like the referee, the neighbors are so far away.
He's on a different planet.
You can't hear. They can't hear you.
So
we're good in here.
You've got it absolutely nuts. Who's the down ref? Tim's the down ref.
Hi, Benji. I will down ref 4 out of the 5. I will head ref 1 of the 5.
Yeah. It is there. Killinger Jake, important. I don't know if it's an important question. Why hasn't Larry Wheels been involved in King of the Table anymore? We were just saying it before. He's focusing on his gym. He's focusing on some home life and things like that. Just get it. He's almost, I wouldn't say he's taken the Ryan Bowen route, but he's a bit like, he's got to focus on himself for a bit. He's given us the head start with King of the Table. Core Sports are the majority owner, so then they're just like, they really want to build their channel. Of course, we'd love it if the press conference was on Larry's channel and then Devon's channel and Schoolboy's channel and things like that. Yeah, you are right. Of course, it would generate more views, but I think if they're trying to get 100% of the traffic, and sometimes you got to take an L, and it seems like at the moment this one was an L. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's an L. If 180 people turn up and watch my live stream, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, and who knows what's going to happen going forward, right? So I mean, everything can change. I mean, stuff can change for tomorrow, for all we know.
Yeah,
and so, I mean, regardless of whose channel it's on and what it's on, it's always going to be good, and the show's going to be good. So
it's going to be brilliant.
Buy your pay-per-view.
Yeah, buy it now. And Benny says, cool guest for tomorrow. Yes, all the athletes, because we'll do the pre-show. There'll be a pre-show, and everyone will come up and speak for a minute. We'll have a laugh. I'll do some filming. I'll probably go live a couple of hours before the event, and then I'll do little minute snippets of everyone before and after.
You gonna go live on your phone and walk around, or
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Then do this. All right, guys, we are out of here. Arminian Armor. So you've just turned up right at the end. We are out of here. Hopefully, we'll see you all at the pre-show, and hopefully, you've all bought the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
we're out of here. Let's go. Have a good night. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you Dead Set Legends soon.
Later.